G'day everyone. I arrived in Ninh Binh last night, which is about an 8-hour bus ride north of Phong Nha, and also Ninh Binh is about 2 hours south of Hanoi via bus. So got up this morning, had breakfast and thought, let's go for a walk, let's see what we can find. I've got 4 nights here, which is plenty of time just to kick back and do things without a plan for a day or two. So that's exactly what I did. Went for a walk this morning without a map, without a plan. Had a bit of an idea where I want to kind of walk along the river and see where I can get to. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute with regards to the river, and there's a lot of tourist boats that go along this river. They go up along the river and around the grottos. Grottos are big rock formations that stick out of the water, and also the land, as you'll see pretty soon. I thought, well, let's do it. It's a nice morning. It rained a little bit last night, but wasn't too heavy. I know there's rain apparently later on today and all day tomorrow. So today will be the perfect day just to go for a bit of an explore. It's super humid. My glasses are fogging up. Not sure if you can see that. Been walking for a few K this morning and thought, let's turn on the video because what I'm seeing at the moment is quite spectacular and I wanted to show you that. So I'll turn it around now and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I don't think I really need to talk much because the landscape does it all here. It's really quite incredible. We'll go for a bit of a walk where I have been this morning, what I want to show you guys. But just how beautiful Ninh Binh is. The landscape is like nothing I've ever seen before outside of probably Vietnam and maybe Thailand a little bit. It just seems like the Southeast Asia region love doing these stunning landscapes. But we'll just go for a walk up this path a little bit. Just wanted to show you something really cool. The best way to explore places when you're traveling is to just get out and go for a walk. Don't worry about riding a bike or a motorbike or anything like that. Just go for a walk. Leave your hotel, as I said, turn maps off on your phone and just go wherever your heart desires. It's funny, like the more that you do this, the more your mind unconsciously will lead you in the right direction. It'll always lead you, mostly lead you to the most spectacular locations and things that you want to see, unconsciously. Look at these grave sites here. This one's quite a recent one, 2024. But you'll see that in this region, Southeast Asia, particularly Vietnam, the grave sites are in the most incredible locations, like this one at the base of, or these, what is that? There's quite a few in here. It must be a family. At the base of that rock stack or grotto, and then it opens up over here. Wow, look at this one. I've been taking photos and filming quite a bit around here, and there is a few local people around, and none of them have told me to stop, which gives me the sense that I'm allowed to film here, which is good. So if any of you have got any concerns about that, filming in a sensitive location, don't be worried because I haven't been told to stop yet, and have been watched and also said hello to many local people. But I'll just go here. How incredible. This is the whole cemetery right here. Right in the middle of this mountain range. Nothing else around, no houses, no nothing. It's just reserved for this cemetery. It's incredible, the locations that they reserve for people that are resting in peace. So I'll just go up to this one here. Probably won't go any further. I have walked along this track, or along this path here. I was hoping that I could get all the way up to where the people on the boats, or the tourists on the boats, are getting to, and perhaps take my own tour for free. But no such luck. I'd only go through about another 100 metres. I thought I'll just show you this. How amazing. As I said, you'll see this quite often in Vietnam. These places, these special places, been reserved for people resting in peace. I think it's awesome. So I'll turn around now and I'll show you the river. It's the first motorised boat that I've heard on the river. Just there. I'll walk up here a little bit and I'll show you how popular going for a row along this river is. It's unbelievable. Another interesting point is that all these boats here, there was about 50 people here before, local people, all in their boats waiting for something. I wasn't sure what they were waiting for because they didn't ask me if I wanted to ride when I walked past, which I was hoping for it, because I thought it'd be way cheaper than getting a boat here than up at the tourist area. But no, they weren't. And I was going, what are they doing? So a couple of them said hi to me, but most of them didn't. And then I realised, I watched them, they've all paddled over to the other side. I'll zoom right in, over to the other side there. They're sitting there and waiting with their cameras. So what they do is they take photos of all the tourist boats as they drive past or as they row past, and they then offer to the tourists the photos. Obviously you pay for them. I'm not sure whether they quickly print them up back in town or they give them to you digitally, but that's what they're waiting for. All these boats are photographers. What a cool idea. And the backdrop would be stunning. It's these mountains behind me. So I'm thinking, because I couldn't walk all the way along this path or as far as I wanted to this morning, I'm going to have to get on one of these boats tomorrow and go for a row further up the stream around all the grottos, because yeah, it's spectacular. I was hoping I could see it by foot, but I can't, and I have seen photos of it and it does look incredible. So I'll do that. Oh shit, it's going to rain tomorrow, so maybe on Friday I'll go for book one of these boats and go for a row. Just hoping that they can take one person. If not, I might just have to go for a row with another tourist that's alone. That's okay. As I said, this is the town of Ninh Binh. Ninh Binh, it's quite interesting to me, particularly coming from Australia and knowing about the Ninh Binh that we've got in Australia. This has a similar vibe to it. It's a little bit hippie. You can see the people walking around, they've got a bit of hippie in them. The shops and the bars and the cafes, the restaurants and whatever, a little bit hippie also. I don't think that they've, or they haven't both matched each other's names. This one's obviously spelt different, but pronounced almost the same. To me, that was really interesting. I was going, when I arrived here, I was going, it is a bit hippie, this place. You can always feel it when you come into these places. Look, marijuana's sold throughout Vietnam anyway, so it's not just that, it's just the vibe you get from this place. It's cruisy, it's casual, it's natural, like nature is everywhere. It's obviously stunning. Just have a look at this. But yeah, man, it just attracts the naturalist type of person, or the hippie type of person. But look at that. I don't know what it is about these kind of landscapes. Rio de Janeiro kind of has a landscape like this. There's some in Thailand. Probably the northern to about halfway down Vietnam have landscapes like this. But it's just something so far different to what I have at home, particularly in Western Australia, which is totally almost flat. Obviously the eastern side of Australia has mountains, but nothing like this that just jag straight up out of the land. I'm just drawn to it for some reason. I don't know. It's just love looking at it. Can never stop looking at it. Again, yeah, motorbikes are good, bicycles are good, bikes are good, but you're just zooming past. You're not taking it all in. Like, you've got to get down and walk, take all these things in. Look, I've seen so many butterflies, so many lizards, so many cool things as I'm just walking along. It's unreal. Another good point is from, I guess, my side of things is that I love coming to a country, particularly a tropical location, where I have no idea what the plants are. When I travel in Australia, hang on, I'll just wait for this. When I travel in Australia, I am always on the lookout for weeds, particularly weeds that are taking over native vegetation. But here, I have no idea what the plants are. Yeah, you can see there's some daisies, there's some ferns, there's different types of grasses and creepers, the palms. But in all, I have no idea if they're native or they're weeds. I don't know if they're good or bad for the environment, particularly in Phong Nha. In Phong Nha, went up into the jungle and could see this creeper that was literally growing over everything. Over all the trees, over all the shrubs, everything. It was taking over. And in my eyes, it looked like it was a weed. It looked like, yes, it's from another country. It shouldn't be here. It's killing everything, or growing over everything, and will eventually kill everything. But maybe it is naturally supposed to be there. I don't know. And that to me is just so such a weight off my shoulders, not knowing these things, being so oblivious, like normal people, when they walk in Australia and they see various flowers in a park. Most of the time the flowers are weeds, and those weeds will eventually kill the native veg. Here, I can be like those people. I can be totally oblivious to what's going on, and as I said, it's just, my mind is free here. I'm happy because I have no idea what's going on. Sure, I could probably learn, and yes, I've asked a few tour guides about it with regards to native plants and animals, but most of them don't have any idea. It's usually botanists in these countries that have any idea. Most people just don't really care. They know their food plants, I guess, mainly the fruit type plants, but they don't really have an idea about all the other plants that are going on in a jungle or living and surviving in a jungle. So that's really good. Anyways, enough of me rambling about that stuff. Probably boring most of you to tears, but hey, that's why I love traveling in these countries, because my mind is free. Right, we'll just walk up here along the bridge, see what we can see. Or over the bridge, along the bridge, over the bridge. It is super humid here today, probably is always, but had a little bit of rain yesterday afternoon. There's apparently a lot more on the way tonight and tomorrow. I was hoping the rain would clear out this mist that's in the air at the moment, but it hasn't. I'm really hoping it does tomorrow, but I don't hold high hopes for it. It's kind of like a humidity fog, I call it, where there's probably pollution in there. We're only 2 hours south of Hanoi, so definitely some pollution in there. but it is super humid. Like when I stop walking, my glasses fog up from the sweat that's running down my nose. That's a good thought. So I'll just walk up to this bridge and then we'll see what we can see. Then I'll probably end it there because I won't walk any further beyond this bridge because my accommodations is back the other way. I'm gonna have to look into tours now. I was hoping I could do a free walking tour to where all these boats were going, but I can't, unfortunately. They've organised it too well to beat the tight ass tourist. I guess a fascinating thing that I want to show you right here is how these people row their boats. They're rowing it with their feet. Not sure if I spoke about that before, but have a look at that. And I don't really want to be or sound really up myself right now, but it looks really easy. It kind of looks easier than rowing with your hands. Once you got the hang of it, I think it probably would be easier than rowing with your hands. Obviously your legs are a lot stronger than your arms. But yeah, look, you're just kicking back, letting your legs do all the work, and once you got used to it, it's really easy. But look at that view. Look at the rock formations. There's a restaurant just right at the bottom of the cliff there. And this is all the way along. Like I went for a walk along the river before, all through that restaurant, and these are dotted all the way along. Different types of accommodation too, it's just a stunning location, isn't it? Hello. Hello, Vietnam. But there's those the photographers sitting on the side there. They must take it in turns of paddling out to the tourist boats and asking if they want photos or not. But yeah, that's what they're there for. Just an FYI. When you come here, you can buy your own photos if you want, or not. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. How's the view? It's fucking unbelievable. Love it so much. Alright, I'll turn it off here. Again, this is Ninh Binh, 2 hours south of Hanoi via bus. I'll be going to Hanoi in probably about 4 days from now to end my Vietnam part of the trip, then crossing over to Hong Kong for a few days. So this is the last of nature that I'll see. Well, definitely won't be seeing much in Hong Kong. Yeah, hope you enjoyed travelling through Vietnam with me, at least for a little while. Right. This is Sam from Ninh Binh, over and out. Bye.